Do you have limiting beliefs that are deeply ingrained in your mind and are stopping you from grabbing new opportunities? Well, if you do, most people are probably unaware of these problematic thought mechanisms. But hopefully, I'm going to raise awareness today and help you identify some of these negative thoughts that might be preventing you from success. Self-limiting beliefs often hide in plain sight. This is because they'll have been present in your mind for so many years that you forget they're even true. However, just because we think something doesn't mean it's correct. And with professional help, many of my clients have been able to overcome their limiting beliefs and forge a new life for themselves free from unhelpful thoughts. So let me help you to identify limiting beliefs that could be causing a problem in your life so that you can think and feel a little differently. But before I begin, it's worth giving you a brief overview of what a limiting belief actually is. So limiting beliefs are negative internal thoughts that we believe to be true and that prevent us from achieving our goals and our dreams. These negative internalized dialogues that go on in our brains and opinions of ourselves impact our self-esteem, our relationships, our work life, and prevent us moving outside of our comfort zone. And what's scary about limiting beliefs is that our negative self-talk and thoughts about ourselves will have been with us since childhood in many cases. These will have been created because of past failures or rejection or life experience and comments from family and friends. These incidents and negative experiences stay with us into adulthood and seep into our current lives and our thoughts. The problem is that what may have happened to us when we were a child is probably in most cases no longer relevant. And so this means that our minds haven't learned to differentiate between what's happened years ago and what we can do now. So let's think about a couple of really common limiting beliefs that can stop you from having a growth mindset. One example is the belief that people think they're not lucky. This is a prime example of people who filter out the positive things that have happened to them and focus on the negatives. And the more they focus and magnify these negatives, the more it appears that they are just unlucky or just aren't able to, do the things other people can. But the reality is that nobody has everything going their way all the time, and most of us have had good experiences as well as bad ones. The fact is, if you're resilient, you can overcome the negative experiences and keep on pushing through until the positive ones come along. Another limiting belief is the phrase, I am no good at, and I'll put X. X being maths, dancing, art, you name it, okay? Whatever that thing is that you think you can't do, a lot of people have in their mind that this is an impossibility. However, what you haven't probably thought through is why you're saying that to yourself. Did you spend long enough learning how to do that thing? Did you have the right teacher? Did you invest time in doing things differently? Often things we tell ourselves we can't do are actually easy when we take the time to practice and find the right people to help us learn. You'll see that later on I'm going to put a link to my limiting beliefs list that you can take for yourself and download to give you examples of some of the most common unhelpful thoughts that people have, so you can start to see what sounds familiar to you and so that you can start to challenge them. Limiting beliefs can seep into your everyday life and cause problems. Often you may not even be aware that they're there and that they are responsible for things like low self-esteem or an inability to reach your potential. Having self-awareness and challenging these unhelpful thoughts can assist you to change things and can help you alter your mindset. This work can be done as a self-help program or with the assistance of a therapist. And when you start to overcome limiting beliefs, it can be interesting to see how they alter your life. I know that many of my clients have created successes in areas that previously they closed off to themselves. This increased success was not because of luck, but because they changed the way that they thought. And when they did that, they changed their life. So what are the current big limiting beliefs out there? Well, I'm going to give you my top 10, but obviously, as I said, I have a download that has a lot more on it. And you can see what are the common things that people experience difficulties with. So, number one, we'll start with work. Feeling that business and your work life are never going to amount to much. Perhaps thinking about how you're destined to work in a job that you dislike or how you don't deserve success or promotion. This is a really common one. It isn't true. But if you believe that, you're never going to go and try and get a new job or go out and learn some new skills in order to get one. So take note of that and see if that is on your radar. And the next, limiting beliefs about love and relationships. Perhaps that you feel that your friends are all more successful than you and you'll never meet a partner because there's so many better looking people out there or people who are worth more than you are. And here we come down to self-esteem and self-worth. In fact, that again is far from true. But if you believe it, it will stop you going out, let's say, to parties to meet people or to building conversations with people in order to attract them into your orbit. So keep an eye out for that. Love and relationships, a big area where limiting beliefs exist. Fear of failure is really a form of anxiety. It stops us from doing something in the first place. A thought process may tell you that you'll never pass your driving test. So why bother? So you never bother taking lessons. Alternatively, you won't apply for a job because you fear you'll get rejected at the interview. And you stop yourself from ever creating possibilities. I always give the example to my clients of Elon Musk. Elon Musk is trying to get to Mars, and on the way, they're finding that some of their rocket ships blow up. And their view has always been, or Elon's view is, that they're getting data from that, and they know that getting to Mars is not going to be, a walk in the park. There are going to be some failures along the way, but we hope along the way that he will get the success he wants. He doesn't fear failure, he learns from it, and you should too. If I took money from every client who told me they were no good at doing a particular task, I'd be a very, very, very rich woman. I've had people telling me they can't do everything from public speaking to passing interviews. And the fact is, with some positive thinking and practice and altering of mindset, I've proved to many of my clients that they were totally wrong about themselves. And in fact, my clients have gone on to be more confident, get promotions, and earn more money. This is a negative mindset that is not helpful to anyone. We all have the ability to master something with practice. Yes, we may have failure along the way, but that is normal. But if we carry on pushing on, we eventually get success. We learn to master that task. So never think that just because you haven't done it once or failed once is enough to say that that's it, you should never try again. Some of the most common limiting beliefs are linked to the thought that success only happens to others. So that this dream job that you want, or pay rise, or romantic relationship is not going to happen in your life. And this stops people from even trying to make it happen because the dream seems so far out of reach. And when that occurs, I always say to my clients, chunk it down. In other words, start to move in a small direction towards what you want. So if you want a pay rise, demonstrate to your boss that you're worthy of it. Or learn a new skill and leave the current company you're in and go somewhere else. Is it going to happen overnight? No. But if you take steps, baby steps towards your dream, you're more likely to achieve it than absolutely doing nothing and hoping it will fall in your lap. Do you believe that you don't deserve a pay rise at work? Or perhaps you're destined to always think that you're never going to be having enough money. Limiting beliefs about money are a big thing. And these unhelpful thoughts stop you from having enough money and leading a comfortable lifestyle. Building a money mindset, however, can help you to overcome negative preconceptions about growing your wealth. There are ways in order to, increase your wealth by, let's say, getting that new job or taking on a side hustle or savings and investing. But if people don't do those and just ignore them, they're always going to be stuck earning the same amount of money and feeling they're short of it. Don't be one of those people. Do you believe that you're always feeling ill? Do you believe that you're never going to lose weight? There are limiting beliefs, a lot of them around health and well-being. And a lot of my clients will say to me, I'm not motivated. I don't have any motivation to lose weight. It's not possible. Yet these people are totally motivated to, I don't know, start work at 6 o'clock in the morning and finish, at 8 o'clock at night. There's motivation there where people want to invest that time. Your job is to try and find ways to increase the motivation in the areas where you have a shortfall, so that you make things like losing weight or keeping healthy or doing exercise part of your everyday routine, so they just become standard things that you do every day. When you do that, you improve your health and well-being, and you change the way you think. Have you ever thought to yourself that people don't like you, or that people don't think you're pretty, intelligent, or good enough? Our minds love to play tricks on us and tell us things that aren't true, and we believe them often without question, without even thinking about it. We just assume what we're thinking is true. And the reality is that often these thoughts that we have are far from the truth. We're mind reading, we're assuming that we can tell what other people are thinking, saying, or doing when there's no reality behind it. So just beware of your perception of others around you. Time is an interesting one, as it does feed into so many of the other limiting beliefs. Perhaps we say we've got no time to go to the gym to get healthy, or that we don't have time to do a course that would get us additional qualifications. Yet people who want something badly enough usually find the time for self-improvement, which means that you can as well. I've had plenty of friends who've gone on and done courses in the evening in order to get promotions, okay? And they've managed to do this. They've found the time to do it. You have the same time as anyone else. If someone else can do it, you can as well. Finally, my last of my 10 big limiting beliefs that people have is issues relating to success. It always amazes me how many people think they're not worthy of achieving success in their life, which keeps them firmly in their comfort zone, leading to what I would call a vanilla or a mediocre life. You don't have to have that mediocre life. You are worthy of success. You just need to believe it. Other people, and believe me, I've worked in corporate environments well before I ever was a therapist. People who come in and have and exude confidence and believe in themselves, even if they haven't got the skills to back it up, get far in life. Be one of those people. Don't be the person saying you can't do something. Be the person who says you can, and then learn it as you go along. Now, obviously, I've just given you a few areas where limiting beliefs can hamper your life and your well-being and your mental health. There are actually those so many more. So I thought I would create a limiting beliefs list as a PDF document for you to print off and use at home to examine what might be impacting your ability to improve your life. This limiting beliefs list PDF is perfect for helping you to identify problematic thought processes so you can start to work on yourself to change the way you think. Use it as a self-improvement tool, and it can give you an insight into old thought patterns and help you to stop them from having any power over you in the future. So you can get that on my website, and I'll put a link below for you to click on, and there you can go and grab the download. There are also plenty of other ways in which you can help yourself to overcome limiting beliefs, and one of my favorites is hypnosis. Well, of course it would be. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. Self-hypnosis can help you to change subliminal thinking, and it can be an easy way to help you improve that negative internal self-talk, and it can also help you with your mental health. I've got many self-hypnosis downloads that I give to my clients to assist them in creating new beliefs. For example, I have ones for confidence and positive thinking that can be used to help you look on the brighter side of life instead of focusing on the negative. You can buy these on my online store together with other downloads to help with everything from self-esteem to motivation. Positive affirmations can also be useful if they're used regularly, as they can help to also put you in a more positive frame of mind. And also maybe a self-reflection journal is a brilliant way of helping you draw attention to what you're thinking and allowing you to take action to do things differently. Use a journal daily as a tool for self-improvement and change, and start to create these new beliefs that are more helpful for the life you want. If you head over to rewirethemind.com, my website, you can download some self-hypnosis audios, use our worksheets, and follow the blog itself to get some information on how to change your life and your mental health.